Hey guys, welcome to Get Busy Watching. I'm your host, Honest Dan. Let's talk movies. This movie looked interesting, and I mean that in a good way. I'm generally interested in horror comedies. Blumhouse is behind this, and they usually make pretty entertaining horror flicks, even at their worst. It stars Kathryn Newton, who is quickly becoming a must-see actress for me, and Vince Vaughn, no less. He's been absent for quite a while. Probably has something to do with all those crappy comedies he was making for a while. But he's been making something of a comeback in movies that either aren't getting a lot of attention or he's not the main star in. Hey, a Vince Vaughn comeback is fine with me. And of course, the concept is downright ingenious. Freaky Friday, but a slasher. Yes, 1,000 yeses. But is the final product worthy of such a concept? This is my honest opinion of Freaky. Millie Kessler, played by Kathryn Newton, is trying to live a normal life after the passing of her father a year ago, with her drunken but kindly mother Carol, played by Katie Finneran, and her no-nonsense older cop sister Charlene, played by Dana Drury. However, her life is completely uprooted when a serial killer, played by Vince Vaughn, wielding a magical ceremonial knife, stabs her and tries to kill her. He's unsuccessful, having been saved by her sister, but the next morning, the two find their bodies swapped. The killer, now in Millie's body, goes on to kill more people, and Millie, now in the killer's body, sets out to get help from her friends who have no idea what's going on and only has until midnight to stab the killer with the ceremonial knife, or else their bodies will be permanently swapped. Alright, I like this one. Blumhouse really knows how to make a stupid idea work. I really dug this. This movie starts off wonderfully with an opening massacre. There are some really creative deaths here, and a couple of not so creative ones, but it's brutal as hell. And some obvious homages to such films as Halloween and Friday the 13th. And later on, Child's Play and a little bit of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I loved it, it's such a great classic opening. Then we get our protagonist, and this doesn't do a bad job either. The family dynamic with Millie, her sister, and mother, all quick, but gets the relevant information out. Usually just from the way the characters look and speak to each other. The mom trying to be wholesome, the sister being not so passive-aggressive, and Millie just trying to keep her head low. There is a clear blend of love and dysfunction in the family, but it does a great job of establishing likable and understandable characters. But as soon as we meet Millie's friends, she's almost a completely different person. She's more outspoken, she has a turn to speak, she's not just some wallflower. It's not exactly a night and day contrast, Millie is still a sweetheart to her core, but it's that really nice touch of knowing that who we are with our parents isn't always the same as who we are with our friends. Also, I really like the friends. They're fun and likable characters. Though I don't think anything really tops the opening massacre, there are a few deaths later on down the road that are quite satisfyingly violent. Sadly, I can't show those deaths on YouTube, but if they're not making me wince, they're making me cheer and laugh. So you know the violence is doing something right. Generally, the comedy lands, the characters do occasionally make smart decisions, and even the more dramatic beats, which, yeah, can be a little random and a little forced, they're still done pretty well, actually. Now for the half and halves, the stuff that was good and not so good at the same time. Vaughn mostly nails it. His imposing stature, even his age, really works to his advantage. As you can tell, this is a killer who's been at it for years. And as soon as he has to imitate a teenage girl, he is hilarious. At least when it comes to his line reads. He's not leaning too hard into trying to talk like a girl, though that does creep through on occasion. But I do have an issue with his physicality. I don't believe that he runs like Kathryn Newton. Little things like hand gestures, it doesn't feel like he's impersonating Kathryn Newton. He's just impersonating a girl. The same kind of goes for Newton as the killer. She's legit threatening and menacing and is otherwise a ton of fun as she kills people, but she's not the least bit subtle about her intentions. She doesn't try at all to be a teenage girl until it suits her needs. She will still sit in class and listen to the asshole teacher and just stare at people without responding like a normal person. True, he's a sociopath, therefore the killer is likely not experienced with acting normal, but it feels like not enough people are finding her complete 180 attitude odd, or chalking it up to, she was almost killed last night. Some beats did take me out of it. Not by much, but I did notice it. There are only 2 issues that I take with this. Well, one small, one big. Starting off small, I feel like when Millie finally reunites with her friends, it just takes her too long to just say what she needs to say to get them caught up. She just doesn't throw out personal facts that would give her friends pause, make them listen, and then just kind of roll with it. It was just an excuse to get some physical comedy and slapstick out there, which usually I like. And I did, it was enjoyable, but at the expense of a very serious situation, it was pretty forced. Overall, with the exception of a few hiccups, I really did have a good time with this. Blumhouse horror comedies very seldom, if ever, let me down. So if you're a fan of the genre, I highly recommend checking this out. My honest rating for Freaky, a 4 out of 5. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I really appreciate it. Have a great day. Stay safe and healthy out there. Please wear a mask if you go out. Hope to see you soon.